Hello, thank you for joining me, astrologer Patrick Arundell, for the March free personal horoscope winning analysis. And as in keeping with January and February's winners, I've just printed this wheel straight out, haven't studied it in any way at all, and therefore I may just look away at times to read the wheel. The winner is Carol, who is from the United States, and Carol was born as a Tauran. Quite close to the front of Taurus at 4 degrees, not particularly cuspy, but certainly in the first decan. And the sun was in the 11th house. Also, straight away I can see that Mercury and also Venus were in the 11th house, even though they're in actual fact in Aries, not Taurus. And she also has the moon in the proud Leo at 23 degrees. So straight away, although this person is a earth sign, we can see that there is some fire there through the position of the moon, Mercury and Venus, and also that the house, and I use Placidus, and the house systems there, as we've got 4 lots of air. So this is a person who can communicate very, very well and enjoys engaging with other people. And with the moon in Leo is a person who might attract attention even if she's got no particular desire to do so. Quite a charismatic location for the moon, especially in the 3rd house. So this is someone who can be very perceptive, and certainly I would imagine that if Carol likes someone, that person will know it very well. This is not going to be a person short of friends. Now, as we penetrate deeper into the chart, Mars, rather like February's winner, is located in Cancer, which is not its preferred location. Can lead to a little bit of a defensive nature at times, and also it's in the 2nd house, which is much earthier and in keeping with the sun rulership of this person's chart. But also Jupiter is in an air sign, in Aquarius, and also its house sign is the 9th. So again, a desire to engage with people, a very democratic person, a person who's probably got contacts with people right around the globe, maybe very skilled at higher education, someone who certainly is open-minded. And then we go back into a bit more intensity and Earth. We've got Saturn in its home zone of Capricorn in the 8th house, and it's quite late. It's just 1 degree away from being an Aquarius. So this is somebody who, in actual fact, is probably quite shrewd at making sure the books balance, even though there is a very idealistic side to this person's nature too. Now, in terms of the ascendant and the midheaven has been affected by Neptune in the last couple of years in a very specific way, because it's 29 degrees Aquarius. And of course, Neptune has been leaving Aquarius and moving into Pisces, and is still going to be hovering just a couple of degrees away from that midheaven. So it's possible this person may have suffered a little bit of an identity issue, learning more about themselves, and also perhaps had a period of fluidness around what their role in life was and work. And maybe that isn't completely at an end at the present time. But the ascendant, rather like February's winner, is also in Gemini. So this is a very bubbly location for the ascendant. And once more, like the last person, is going to benefit from Venus going through this huge transit from now until the first week of August in Gemini, and also Jupiter moving into Gemini in early June, and also the solar eclipse on the 20th of May. So lots of good stuff coming there. Drilling deeper down into the chart, let's just have a look at some of the aspects. We actually do have the Sun square Saturn. We also have the Sun square Jupiter. This could be a person who's generous to a fault. Now, I always say, better to be generous to a fault than mean to a fault. So it's an old-fashioned saying that, isn't it? But in actual fact, this just may be someone who is very, very kind and likes to help people. That wouldn't surprise me at all. The Sun being square Saturn is more problematic. That can at times lead to a sense of frustration, a feeling that things aren't moving forwards quite as quickly as might be required. And it's ironic because they're both in earth signs, but it's a disassociate square because how late Saturn actually is placed in Capricorn, so it's virtually into Aquarius, which is why it squares up with the Sun. So there may be times when I feel that Carol's idealism might get a little bit pulverised by life's expectations and life's sort of grim side, or it could work the other way around. We've also got the Sun opposite Neptune, and so it's important in this person's interactions with people that she is perceptive about the type of people she gets involved with. It is possible to attract people who are a little bit, say all the right things, but there's not a great deal of substance, and they can actually be very draining influences. So it's important, with all this friendship and love and caring there, to also have a few boundaries to protect herself. However, there is an awesome angle between the Sun and Pluto. This person basically is in perpetual change, but in a very, very positive way. Also, the Moon is trining up with Mercury, so lovely aspect that a good balance between mental faculties and also emotional awareness. Now, with the Moon conjunct Uranus, this is a person who will have some unexpected attractions, short-lived relationships sometimes perhaps, or perhaps interested in a very idealistic projects to do with ecology, protection of human rights, and perhaps very much aware of the whole concept of justice. So equalities will be important to this person too, I think. So that gives you a flavour of March's winner. So what's coming up in this year for this person? Well, I think we have to say that on the whole, this is a person who's going to benefit greatly from the transit of Venus and all that Gemini energy that's going to be working well, because in a semi-sextile it's going to work well with her Sun, and then in a sextile it's going to work well with the Moon, and it's also going to work well with her Mercury, her Venus, and also her Jupiter. And because also Carol also has Uranus in Leo as well, then I do feel that the next phase of this year can be very, very bright and bubbly. But probably particularly once Mars moves out of Virgo and moves into Libra in August, and I think that's going to be another sort of jet booster to all the good vibes that can flow between now and then. Well, it's been a real pleasure sharing that with you, and I hope it's been helpful to Carol, and thank you for her agreeing to me to share this with you all. And please keep those subscriptions, comments and likes coming, and I'll definitely be very committed to providing a winner each month. It was just we couldn't get anybody. Everyone who won, I wrote to them and wrote back and said, oh, they're delighted, but no birth time. So I wrote back, could I have your birth time? It didn't come back, or didn't read the email, didn't realise it was there. So please keep sending them in. I'm very committed to doing this and to sharing more about the wonder of astrology with you. Thank you, and goodbye for now.